So teaching our teens to drive can be a bit anxiety-ridden. Now with an extra layer of pandemic anxiety, it's even worse. Joining us with some tips for parents are Joni Martin and Pam Fisher. Good morning to both of you. Joni, let's start with you. It's National Teen Drivers Week. How is driver's education being impacted by the pandemic?
Thanks for the question. Yeah, so in a recent survey conducted by Michelin and the Governor's Highway Safety Association, 62% of parents of teen drivers say they're experiencing a disruption in driver education as a result of the pandemic. What this does is really it can leave parents to fend for themselves. They're already a primary teacher of driver's education, but at the same time, it's really important that in-car training that they get, and they're having to figure out how to navigate that in addition to all the other pressures we know that they face during the pandemic. So at Michelin, we're excited to team up with the GHSA during National Teen Driver Safety Week to talk about this important issue.
Great. Pam, you're a teen driver expert. So what are the takeaways from this survey?
Well, it clearly shows us that parents are looking for help. They need help. They're frustrated. They've got a lot of things on their plate right now. So the one thing we say to parents to help them really kind of wrap their arms around this is go visit their state DMV website. In this case, the Arizona DMV website. It's going to explain what are the steps that your teen needs to go through or to complete in order to get a license, and then they can schedule and do what they need to do to meet those requirements. But there are also likely going to be resources that parents can use, tips, lessons plans, teaching tools that they can take advantage of, and they're free. So definitely go to those websites and use that information. Once they've done this, then it's time to really think about, okay, getting out on the road. But first, check the vehicle. Work with your teen to help them understand that as a driver, it is their responsibility to make sure the vehicle is road ready. That includes checking the tires, can't overstate that. It's really, really important that teens understand those very basic maintenance tips, really, really important. Then think about how do we add the driving practice, which is how teens learn to drive, into already busy schedules. So use those trips to the grocery store, the doctor's office, to school, whatever, to have your teens actually do the driving. And lastly, I would say that if you find it's just impossible, it's impossible because of all the family demands, or it's impossible because of financial situations, it's okay to wait. You want to be able to devote real time to this with your teen, and it's going to take time for your teens to really build that skill. So don't be in a hurry. Take your time, make it work for your family.
Great. Pam, is it true that we went from 10 and 2 on the steering wheel to 9 and 3?
That's correct. That is correct. We get asked that a lot. It's because of the airbags and also just the way the steering wheels are designed today. It's a more comfortable position. But I always say to folks, check that vehicle owner's manual to see what they recommend, which is something we often don't do. But there are going to be some tips about, that positioning in that particular document.
So, Joni, I remember teaching both of my children to drive, and I was an anxious wreck. I know some people are okay, but it's a really scary time as a parent. How can we keep ourselves safe as well as our teens?
It's a great question, and in a few months I've got a teen who's going to be learning to drive, so I'm certainly looking for all the tips I can get. I think like anything else, being prepared, as Pam gave some great advice on what to do. I think making sure that your teen is ready, responsible, doing all that training to make sure that they're going to be safe on the road. Certainly from a Michelin perspective, we know that tires are a key part of road safety and vehicle safety. So please, teach your teen how to check their tread depth, make sure that the tires have enough tread. Teach them how to monitor their air pressure, because air pressure, we found in the survey that 35% of parents haven't taught their teens about air pressure. It's also critically important as far as the car's performance, braking, etc. It also has a benefit for fuel economy, so that should be a good way to get a teen's attention when it comes down to the pocketbook and how much they're going to spend on gas.
Great. Joni and Pam, thank you so much for this great information today. Joni, where can our viewers go for more information?
So for parents and teens who want more information, they can go to www.beyondthedrivingtest.com.
Great. Thank you so much, ladies.
Thank you.
Thanks so much. Have a good day.
You too.